severe problems that they were going to have to remediate. And so they're taking those blighted structures down and, in essence, building something that the community wants. They've got retail, commercial coming in, services that were greatly desired and needed in the community. So I think I think everybody saw it as a win-win.
Corey? Well, Ryan, Mayor, everyone, thank you very much for coming out.
Very much.
I
Sure.
enjoyed seeing the presentation again, Ron.
Yeah. So always better the second time around, right?
Thank you very much. We'll be contacting you again.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It'll be just a moment. Shall be back. Actually, I don't know that we need Cheryl here for public comments, so I think we're going to move along on that. I'm going to open the floor for public comments. If there's members of the public that would like to use this time to make comments about city matters or items on the agenda that are not part of a public hearing, I ask you to step forward, state your name and address for the record, and be heard.
Good evening, Mary Friend, 19880 South Gardner Road. I am a Gardner Township clerk. I'm elected official for the Gardner Township Board. And the two individuals I have here are the other board members, be it Dave Wolf, who's trustee, and Donna Pierce, treasurer.
Welcome.
We provided you with some information. We are actually here for the purpose of a special project, which is improving the roads in the cemetery. The cemetery is to your west. I've showed a history of where the city has supported the cemetery as maintenance. As time has evolved, that figure has gone down, as you will see, which you've contributed versus which the township. We can currently levy the township, but we are asking the city of Gardner for some funding assistance. This year, we are looking at just crack sealing our streets, a minimal need. We met briefly with Brian Faust. He did have an individual, a Jody Demeline, go out and look at the roads to see what it would take to crack fill, actually. I'm sorry for that term. What we had proposed was perhaps maybe that the council could direct the Public Works Department to use their resources as far as employees and equipment to do the filling of the cracks, and the township board would then pay any expenses for material not to exceed $2,000. That would be our first purpose. The second would be in 2014, we are going to asphalt and complete all roads out there. It is a very expensive task, and we would ask if the city could assist us in some financial aid there, or perhaps equipment or whatever you could see would lend a help to our need. I can't think of any other thing other than that I have supplied all the information financially. I've also given you the fact that over the years we have always charged the same amount to the citizens of Gardner as we had the township board. What it was is, over time, back in the days before it was shared equally, and if the labor wasn't done individually, money was supplied. We are just here to see if we can't set something up through the council moving forward if you could aid us in taking care of the cemetery. As you've noticed, the city has grown, it has crawled, it has taken in township properties. We have shrunk, and nicely you have grown. Your evaluation is 120 million, ours is 50. I guess that's all I have to say, and I'd like to know if you could entertain some help for us.
Well, generally during public comments, it's not usually a give and take exchange. I think everybody's had an opportunity to review the information that you presented, and it's certainly something that we can direct staff to look at when we get to the end of the meeting tonight as to next steps. Obviously, we've got a long-time relationship and share a property with the township here, so I would think that the township board could expect some cooperation.
Okay,
from
is there
the
any
city of
questions
Gardner.
I can help answer, or?
Is there any questions anybody has?
At what point would you become so, I guess, land deficient that you would have to be annexed by the city? I mean, in other words,
I would just be guessing. I can say I had learned by talking to the previous mayor, Carol Lehman, that back, I believe, in 1990-something, Bob Page, Carol Lehman, and I believe it was Del DeLisi, had proposed taking over the cemetery. I understand they went to the county commissioners, and that was declined. I would just say that right at this time, it would benefit the city and the township, I would assume, that if we can levy the township and you levy the city, it's a joint venture. Probably, yes, someday, the city will probably have it all. I would think they would have all the expense of taking care of it once it would be annexed in.
What percentage of the roads out of the cemetery right now are unpaved or in?
I can't say that for sure. Most of them have some paving. We are looking at it could be under $60,000 to finish it all. That is an extremely high estimate. We have a gentleman, Phil Linehan, who worked with the USD 231, is knowledgeable on asphalting and doing parking lots and things for the city. He has agreed to assist us. We will go out for bids. He tells us we can't do this till spring because these bids come in and there's like a 30, 90-day quote. We will look at those bids and then determine what work we will do and what we can afford.
Okay.
Mary, is your goal to asphalt just that isn't asphalted today, or is it to redo everything?
It is our goal to redo and have the roads in good shape.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
so the cemetery itself could be annexed, but then, or I guess, is that a possibility? But then the township would have even less. Well, there's no real tax base there anyway with the cemetery. I guess I'm just trying to figure out at what point does the cemetery become part of Gardner, as opposed to
legally. I don't have any idea. I just know when they tried it or wanted to do it, and the reason I was given back in 1990 something is that the city police were called out there a lot. So the city at that time looked at, if we're going to put resources out there, why don't we just annex it? I don't know the reason why the county commissioners said no. I have no idea. I don't know the legal reasoning.
I'm assuming if we annex it, and I mean, I don't know the legal reasons either, but I'm assuming if we annex it, then we lose any sort of levy support from the township.
You're right. You would pay the whole bill.
100% coming to the city.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Hey.
We will certainly be in touch. Is there anyone else that would like to make public comment? With no one coming forward, we'll move to the consent agenda. Is there a council member that would like to remove an item from the consent agenda? Would entertain a motion.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion Harrison, second Shute, that we approve the consent agenda. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.